Okay, guys, thanks for joining us here in the charts. This is the Market Beast, Napoleon Macro. I intentionally waited to post this video during the market hours because right now there's a lot of suspicious price action going on. And what we're going to do is determine whether or not the markets are setting up for a move lower by simply looking at the S&P 500. Well, that's going to be my way, right? Best way that I can determine this. But let's take a look at the famous five before we get to that. Take a look at the NASDAQ, the S&P 500, the SPY, the SDOW, and the Dow Jones. So let's get into it. Welcome back, loyal family. If you're new here, we only explore price action. Welcome to new subscribers. Let's dive into the charts, shall we? So today is January the 28th. 2022, and the current price of the NASDAQ is going to be $14,247.10, fluctuating slightly positive 1.7% for the day. Pull up the lines. Hopefully you guys are doing well. All right, so the NASDAQ is the same thing, guys. NDX is the instrument. Still not above that 14.6, unfortunately. But again, they're turning the green lights on, making it seem as if everything is just fine. Maybe it is, but if this is going to play out the way that needs to structurally save the day, would be to gap up or at least close above 14.6 next week. Not the following week. Next week, okay? Because I'm not sure how this is going to end. We still have like five hours remaining on this active weekly. We're looking at the weekly candles. We actually get a weekly close today, which is pretty good. So yeah, in order to save this momentum to the downside, guys, it has to like gap up next week. 14.6. Okay, that's all I have for that one. Let's take a look at the SPY, or we can take a look at the S&P 500. We're gonna end with the S&P 500, but I just want to show you guys that it's still kind of the current price of the S&P 500 is going to be $4,361.31, slightly positive 0.8% for the day. SPX. All right. So you can see it's still just kind of within this little small range here. The red line and the blue line, this to 0.886 to 0.786 levels. If you guys need those again, the red line is at about $4,300 and about $43. Blue line is going to be at about $4,395. Okay. Same thing for actually there's something a little bit different. It's the moving average, the 50 exponential moving average. We're going to get to that information in 1 second. But yeah, those are the two lines, guys. Preferably we need a green weekly close. The open of this weekly candle is going to be $4,356.32. So any penny above that level will turn this candle green, but it's getting pretty tight out there, guys. Let's take a look at the SPY. The current price of the SPY is going to be $434.48, slightly positive 0.7% for the day. SPY is the instrument. All right, so of course all of them are just kind of hanging out within the ranges, guys. 0.886, 0.786. All right, that red line $432, blue line $438. We need a green weekly close. All right, SDOW. We did get an X because the market is still holding above that 29.5. That is bearish. That is not bullish, guys. It's not the ideal setup for the S&P 500. It appears that the market wants to make that W break above the previous level of resistance, and it's trying to hold support above the previous level of resistance. And naturally, when you see that happening, the market wants to continue the momentum to the direction where it broke out. Okay. Current price of the SDOW is going to be $30.87, slightly negative 0.7% for the day. SDOW is what I'm looking at, okay? So, yeah, we have an X for that. So let's take a look at the Dow Jones. Okay, Dow Jones. Current price, $34,244, fluctuating, slightly positive 0.2% for the day. And it's still above that level, guys, the level that I was preferred for it to stay above, 34,200. And it's just, I guess what we have to do is just wait till the last hour of the day, right? Because if you guys are actively watching the market, and I'm not sure if you're watching this sometime, later on down the line, but we're actively getting price action where it gets super volatile towards the last hour of the day. It just kind of like a lot of sell pressure just comes in and just pushes the market down. It's like clockwork every last hour of the day. So let's see how this weekly candle closes. Critical range is still the same, 34.2 all the way down to 33.3K. Okay, this range saves the day. Okay, saves the trend, in my opinion, to continue higher. The market may need a little bit of consolidating, but yeah, let's see how it plays out, guys. The S&P 500, I'll make this short and sweet. See, it's already red now. So basically, here's how we're gonna do this, right? The 50 exponential is what I was paying attention on the last video. If you caught it, I'll leave a link for you if you didn't watch it. But it's really simple what I'm looking for. I'm looking for two things in order to determine whether or not the market is going to continue lower. All right. The first thing we do have, which is the RSI, to close below 45.65 on the weekly candles. If you notice, like there's a close below that line. That's the first, I guess, check mark is what we need, not an X. So we do have the first check mark. And again, this is under the assumption that the market is going to not necessarily crash, but, you know, move lower. Okay. The first thing has happened. Close below 45.65 on the weekly. Second thing is we need to close below the green line here, which is currently at, this is the day, guys. So definitely please understand this level right here for today. $4,327.98. Okay. If we get a close below that level this week before the close today, then unfortunately that is close below the 50 exponential moving average. And technically speaking, we would have two check marks, not a question mark anymore, for the two gestures that are required for this market to move lower. Now, what I'll do is I'll give you guys an update after the market closes. So we'll just kind of assess everything and take it from there. This is not a scare tactic, but it's definitely something very strategic to look for the close today on the weekly. All right. So that's the end of the video, guys. Two things. All right. We already got the one thing on the RSI. Unfortunately, if we get that, I mean, I guess depending on if you're long or short the market, right? If it's, you know, it's fortunate if you're short the market. But if you're long the market, it's probably going to be a pretty intense week for you next week. All right. Yeah. So let's see how it plays out, guys. Those are the two things that I have, and I'll definitely leave you guys an update, hopefully today, or over the weekend, about the my final assessment on what we could expect leading into next week. Okay. That's the end of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully you guys all have all the information. It's all of it is there. So support the channel before you go. All I ask is that you leave an appropriate thumb below the video if you enjoyed the content, and leave a comment so that the YouTube algorithm can promote the video on the channel. Thank you for your support. If you guys are new, we also explore the alternative markets, Bitcoin and altcoins. You can kindly subscribe with us, hit the bell, and we'll send that out to you momentarily. I know a lot of you have requests on individual stocks, guys, but moving forward, we're just going to focus on the big picture indexes and ETFs, so that we can truly understand what is going on, if there will be a true turnaround here. And of course, that hopefully can give you an idea of the trajectory of the individual stocks that you guys want to take a look at. Okay. And I appreciate all of you. You can continue to leave the requests. I'll hopefully leave you kind of like critical levels in the comment section. And then, you know, we'll get to you as soon as possible. All right. Have a great day, everyone. We'll talk soon. Keep that positive energy flowing. Always have a strategy. And bye for now, guys and gals.